Hey there, fellow scavengers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, Brandenburg Shelter. Episode 20, This Town is Not That Safe. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't really cleared out any of the buildings around me. So I'm not going to rest in any of them. I'm just going to chill here. Try to catch my breath. Yeah, perk of the mods. You can easily mod the game back into sanity. True. I just always worry about games that make design decisions for the sake of difficulty, not for the sake of, like, fun. And I'm pretty vocal about that. When games are hard for the sake of being hard, not hard because it's part of the game, that doesn't... it worries me a little bit, because it's a slippery slope. Because what's next? Like, zombies can climb sheet ropes? You know, or you know, because there's a lot of things that aren't necessarily realistic in Project Zomboid, which is crucial for as a gameplay mechanic for player enjoyment and survival. So when the trend is to make the game less playable, I always have a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, because there's a possibility of the game becoming less playable because a dev thinks, oh, it should just be harder. And it's like, nah, players don't want just hard for the sake of hard. They want, you know, they want some risk versus reward. They want easy to learn, difficult to master. They you know, progression curve. Hard for the sake of being hard isn't fun. Alright, I haven't fully caught my breath, but, like, I want to start to get home. So, my character, I'm sure, can handle a few zombies as long as not a swarm down there. For the record, if you wanted to know, we are 17 days, 3 hours in, almost 500 zombies killed. I don't know what the actual population of this area is, but that's got to be like a significant portion of the total zombies. Like some percentage of the total zombies that are even in this town. Like maybe an eighth or something. A tenth. I imagine this town is like a population of 5,000 or so. Maybe more. I might be wrong about that. Brandenburg isn't really large, so... crops requiring actual in-game months made you not bother... Oh, God, no, never mind. Did I leave the van running? Because that's like a lot of zombies there. Hey, Ban. How's it going, man? You don't usually end your streams this early. I hope you're doing well. But thanks for the raid all the same. What were you up to today? Oh, Necess! How are you enjoying its, like, 1.0 release? I like that game. That game's a lot of fun. And welcome. Oh, he had to go collect his pupper. Got it. That makes sense. I got my pupper right here. I know how that is. I think... I'm trying to think of what I want to do. I think what I want to do is, like, just rest in one of these houses here, and then continue clearing to the garden center tomorrow without actually having to drive home. Whoa! Dear God! Not expecting a dude. Where? I mean, I was kind of reading chat and everything, but I didn't see this dude at all until I got the, like, dirty violin noise of, hey, you're about to die. Can you close the door? I guess I'm sleeping down here tonight. Who puts logs in their basement? Well, we have an antique stove here. And a creamsicle. You know what? I'm gonna eat a creamsicle. Adios, Ban. Thank you for the raid. And, I hope your dogs are doing well. How many stomps did you take? Like 3? I mean, the amount of stomps is more the result of me being out of breath and very tired. So, yes, he took a lot, but, like, it makes sense in this context, because I'm exhausted. All right, let's read a little bit of this book. It's not even 9 p.m. yet, so I definitely don't want to get to sleep just yet. Can I barricade myself in for the night? I could. I could slap a board on there and call it good. Sure. A stove and a ton of logs? Yeah, I mean, this seems like a really good opportunity to carbon monoxide poison yourself. Like, I can't imagine... I know a lot of people have wood-burning stoves, but not like, in a basement. You might have, like, furnaces in the basement. I guess if it has proper ventilation. Just this looks very DIY. Meaning that this looks like a really good way to monoxide kill yourself or something. Alright, I think it's time for half a box of cereal and a sleepy sleeps. Oh, well, you guys wanted me to take a little precaution. There. Sleep, and might actually be the first time I'm sleeping in a basement. Come to think of it. I don't think I sleep in basements very often. Mostly because there's almost always just one way in, one way out. So if you get swarmed, there's nowhere to go. You're just dead. A few basements have like multiple entrances and exits, but even still, sleeping on a second floor gives you every window as an exit, whereas sleeping in a basement gives you maybe 2 at best. But for real, like, I didn't see him until he, like, lunged at me. That was unexpected. Ooh, tracking 1? Animal paw prints. I do believe I need tracking 1. Is that the case? It is. I have 2, 3, and 5. Didn't have 1, so mark that down. Sweet. I hope the horde around my van has dispersed, but at the very least, if they haven't, I am now rested, fed, etc. And I'll mark down that there is an antique stove in the basement here. So we'll write it down. Little arrow. Note. Stove basement. Ooh. It's a lot of good food. Probably going to spoil in my inventory, but I'll try to get it back to somewhere frozen quick. Do my best. I guess what So here's the thing, is I could assume that when I mark down a note pointing to a house, the house that I've marked down and I'm pointing to is been fully looted, but I guess I'll explicitly claim that in the marker. So those logs down in the basement were like loot shelves, if you will, where some of them had like firewood or whatever on them. Yeah, I must have left the van running because, oh my god, look at it. Damn. Things not to do. Leave vans running. I leave them running all the time now? You found it odd? Yeah, sometimes... So, the reason is... Oh, come on. The reason is, in my defense, a lot of the vehicles that I've been getting recently have really bad engines that turn over and don't start quickly. So the reason I'm leaving them running is if I have to get out quick, needing to start them with really bad starter plugs sucks. Because the zombies then get to bash the hell out of my vehicle as I'm trying to make a quick getaway. The other problem, the flip side of that, of course, is leaving them running means that they make a heck of a lot of noise even when I'm not around, and then they attract zombies. So, definitely a double-edged blade there. Sometimes it works out in my favor, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it obviously did not work. If I had higher mechanic skills and I replaced the windows so that they were more zombie-proof, or not proof, resistant, then I might, you know, be okay with turning it off, knowing that the window could take a few hits from a zombie. But, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think the driver's side window in that car is pretty busted and is not going to survive more than a hit or two. And then once the door goes down, I go down, right? Because then they start scratching me up, potentially killing me. So, even if I kind of screwed up that vehicle by leaving it running, I think I'm going to keep doing it. And my justification is I'd rather have the vehicle have to get abandoned than me get killed through a window. You know, a loss of a vehicle versus a loss of my life, well, you know, one's replaceable, and I have keys to a bunch of vehicles, and the other is not so much replaceable. Churro Mayor, thank you for the resub. And welcome. Oh, this place smells delicious. I suppose one advantage of leaving it running is you do end up sort of like low-key luring everything that was in the neighborhood so that you're less likely to get jumped. So we got at least 2 zombies left. Oh man, my accuracy today has been real bad. Swinging and missing. And cheers. Okay, there's 3 zombies just up the road from the van. I'm gonna try to sit and recover, but I'm not gonna risk not gonna risk fast forwarding time, killing my reaction time. Play it safe. Now we're at 508 kills, almost 18 days survived. Not wearing a lot of protection. But we're doing a pretty good job at clearing out this neighborhood, I think. Low on the beta blockers, though. And I do have the second bottle, though. Hands off. It's weird I'm not building sneaking experience given that they didn't see me. Maybe it's different now? And I'm not aware of that? In previous versions, you would only gain experience sneaking if you were close to enemy zombies that hadn't detected you. Basically, if you were in their normal detection range, but you were undiscovered. And it was a pretty effective way of figuring out whether you'd been spotted or not, because you could just see your your sneak XP go up. Oh no, my sneak XP did go up. It was just delayed or something. Okay, looks like the road ahead isn't exactly clear, but the house I was looking at is directly adjacent to the shopping area that I want to be at. So we're getting awfully close to my destination. Not too farther still. Actually, didn't really want that in the... No, not in the glove box. No, not into the seat. Transferring loot has been rough today. Radio. When are we losing power? It's been like a month now. Okay, 2 zombies there. I think we're at day 28 or something? Or day 29? Like, it really has to be very soon. Unless it bugged out and I'm, like, not losing power, which I'm not willing to believe. I think I just, like, maxed out the length. Also curious if the game's going to spawn in anyone with a better bag than a duffel bag. In almost all my runs, like, I might start with a school bag or something, but getting duffel bags is not particularly difficult. But almost 3 weeks in and I haven't had an improvement. It's pretty bad. I'm hungry. What is there to eat? So trying to keep up with chat. Do you guys know whether or not the plan I have for my garden is, like, functional? Because I haven't actually tested it personally. I haven't built, like, a weird pseudo-indoor garden yet. Where are you going, lady? There's 2 of them. They're just ignoring me. Oh, there you are. I've got to say, trying to get out of the level 3 of skills for most of the crafting skills is really hard. I mean, carpentry is easier because there's a lot of opportunities to do carpentry, but every other trade skill, it is such a grind. It's always had me wondering, like, what is the ideal time frame for a run as far as indie stoves is concerned? Because I feel like if you want to make significant improvements to your character, it takes, like, months, not days or weeks. So, like, what time frame does Indie Stone have for, like, an ideal Zomboid run? Like, do they intend for us to survive for, like, 6 months? I wonder if there's stats. I don't think they collect sort of the meta stats, but it'd be really interesting to read about, like, the mean time of survival for the typical player, maybe in terms of, like, playtime. So, like, the typical player who has 0 to 50 hours and 50 to 250, you know, so on and so forth. Something I've always been curious about. Some games has those stats. They collect those stats, and then they make, you know, design decisions based upon those, which I think is smart. trying to balance out the game. Whereas other games don't collect those stats and seemingly like balance their games based upon like gut feeling or intuition or whatever you want to call it. Which sometimes works, sometimes it's horrific. Bit of a mixed bag. Is that a fresh watermelon? No. So now this house is... Oh, you know what? Is this not the house? I don't... Where am I? Maybe I don't know where I am. So we are... Community center is northeast. Oh, okay. No, I know where I am now. So it's I'm not one house up. This house here is one house up from the shopping area. I was off by a single house. Who thinks this canned fruit beverage is going to be caffeinated? I am so fearful of drinking anything that isn't water now in-game because of how much everything has caffeine in it. Like things that normally wouldn't, like ginger ale and the like, end up with caffeine. We still have power. They fixed that bug a while ago? I mean, you say that, but still, like, ginger ale has caffeine in it. In-game. They fixed the fact that, like, caffeinated drinks make you, like, trucker pill amped. But they didn't change what has caffeine and what doesn't. So, like, everything carbonated has caffeine just about. Still. Or at least the last I checked. Which is ultimately a problem because I don't want to be, like, chugging caffeine throughout the day and then falling asleep at 4 in the morning and then spending the next following day mostly in the dark. You know, now with the light changes that they've made to Zomboid, it's really difficult to play in at nighttime because visibility is so terrible. And unless you main a one-handed weapon, which I don't, because obviously I'm using a crowbar, you know, you could get like a headlamp or whatever, but you know, it could be really difficult to be productive at night because of miserable levels of visibility. What window are you bashing? You're over here, aren't you? Why do the spook noise? It's like I walked up to this window. What, did you forget? Oh, you idiot. I opened the window for him and he was like, oh wait, why was I here? Oh yes, the brains. Let me go eat the brains. Well, we're almost there. One might argue that I should turn around because of all the, like, frozen food that I have on me. I could totally appreciate that argument, but my goal was to get community garden materials, so I'm gonna progress regardless. Do I, right now, my settings are completely vanilla apocalypse. So any questions about, do I play with X, Y, or Z? The answer is, it's vanilla apocalypse. And all that is always on my streams written in the title commands, which is usually !about and !details. Did he get, like... that looked funny. Ooh, chocolate milk. I wonder if chocolate milk can be like a mildew cure, or if it's just cow milk. Probably just cow milk. It's probably very restrictive. What is on your head? Motorcycle helmet? Now, if I'm not mistaken, this does not cover neck like it used to, right? Inspect. No. It used to be, like, maybe 2 patches ago, that motorcycle helmets actually cover your neck, which made them amazing. Because basically, very little covers your neck in Zomboid. Like, diamond patterned sweaters cover your neck. Scarves cover your neck. And then, like, some leather coats cover your neck. But trying to get proper neck coverage was actually rather difficult. Okay, I hear the building getting surrounded outside. Actually, quite surrounded. You know what? I don't know what direction they are, but... Ugh. I honestly didn't make that much noise. I don't know why this house is getting... Oh, not ad sheet. I don't know why this house is, getting zombie stormed. I really, really hate fighting on stairs. Because it's like such a blind... Oh, dear lord. Clown car. It's such a blind zone, the way zombies on stairs render, that I'd rather, like, jump out a window than fight on stairs. Alright, there's more in there. Did they go in the basement? I think they did. Is this the lights on in the basement? Like, what the hell? There is... Oh, that's a paint can? I thought that was a watering can. It's that part that I hate. Where, like, there is no good reason you wouldn't be able to see the top of the steps as you crest. But the game's like, sorry, no, you close your eyes until you're past the top stair. And that is so dangerous, that cresting the top of the stairs as a result. And it's like an issue that Zomboid has had forever, and they've never addressed it. Maybe for, like, technological reasons? I don't even know, but why I hate stairs. It's like a leap of faith every time. Okay, so we are pulling up to the shopping plaza. I have no idea how nasty it is ahead, so I'm going to try to sneak in. The Gigamart is the first building that we're going to interact with. That's the one we're looking at here. This is the Gigamart in the oh, come on, game. In the bottom left corner. But what I want to do is work my way over to the gardening store, because I'm not really all that interested about Gigamart. I want the gardening store. That's what you all voted on, and I've been taking forever and a day to get there. Already like over an hour in, and I have very little show for it. I know. Radlocker, thank you for the cheer. I'm going to take his key, because there might be some locked doors ahead, and that might be useful. Oh yeah, this is a key to the whole building, it seems. So normally when you mouse over a key like I just did, it shows you, it highlights the doors. As you can see, it like turns yellow. Oh boy. That's not a good sound to hear right when you unlock a door, is it? There's a lot of zombies in there. I don't know how many, but I poked the door open for a quarter second and I hear like growling coming from like multiple directions. It's like, okay. I'm curious if they're actually going to break these down. I think I would like to start to... Oh, there they go. Fire axe in one of them. And there's at least... Do you have body armor on? No, just tank top over your long sleeve shirt. Wow. Fashion faux pas if I've ever seen one. I'd like to start whittling the numbers down, because this is definitely like an awesome loot area if I could clear it out. Oh no, you're just like pasty white. I thought it was a long sleeve shirt, but you're just the color of a shirt. Alright, quick health check. Boots, how you holding up? No holes. Crowbar, how you holding up? Very, 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 very bad. Crowbar is gonna break soon. Noted. Probably another key to the facility. Oh yeah, this is the flood. So, I'm not gonna be able to fight my way in here. There's like 100 zombies ahead. So, I'm gonna get out before I get swarmed. I'll come back as they disperse. Now that they're out, what I can do is this. Well, in a second. I am going to intentionally honk, lure them away, try to drag them into the woods or somewhere like else, somewhere far away, so that I can come back in the near future and loot here. So I think what I'm going to do is try to lure these zombies away, ditch them, and then go back to the hardware store maybe tomorrow, because it's already like 8 p.m. But here is the businesses we've got. We've got a restaurant, liquor store, a lamp store. We've got a lot of econovans in the parking lot. There is like a clown car's amount of zombies coming out of this plaza. And the gardening store is right in here, I think. There is a lot, yeah, there is a lot of zombies in this area. And if we make enough noise for long enough, we'll draw them away and be able to loot this area without having to kill a bajillion. Because that's way more than I want to have to fight. Luckily, we're on the outskirts of town. There's like not much else outside of town here. So if I just lure them into westward, they'll... I'm not like denying myself access to areas later on. Can't I mow them down? This van would be able to kill maybe like 8 zombies before I died. So I could mow them down, but it would be suicidal. The way that works is, for the most part, if one tire pops off, I'm gonna lose the ability to actually run them over, and I would get swarmed. They'd break my window and kill me. If 2 tires pop off, the van gets disabled and doesn't move. They would swarm and kill me. And then if I hit enough of them with my front bumper or my hood, it would disable my engine, car would die, zombies would swarm, they would kill me. Even if I had a brand new, let's say, high horsepower truck, I couldn't kill this many zombies. I couldn't even kill a quarter of these zombies with a brand new car. Even in the most ideal circumstances. Like a 100% HP car that is high horsepower, where you are mostly rear-ending the zombies, could maybe take on, like, I don't know, 50-ish? And that's stretching it. And the problem is, if you pop tires while you're surrounded like this, you're just dead. What about reversing them? Same deal. 2 tires pop, you're dead. Engine pops, you're dead. Windows break, you're dead. Right? It's high risk, low reward. So if there were 10 of them, I might consider it if this was like a spare car that I could throw away, but there isn't 10 of them. There's like a few hundred of them. Easily a few hundred of them. So this kind of volume of zombies, if you want to kill this many, there's really only 2 ways to go about it, which is make use of fire or use like a shotgun. The problem with fire is the way fire spreads, unless I know it's going to rain soon, if I set them on fire and then they wander back into town, I've also burned down the entire town. So fire is not like a truly viable solution as a result, because you might just very well burn the thing you were hoping to loot. The only way that fire works is to wait for when you know rain is coming. Set them on fire, let them burn, and then leave the zone. Because when you leave the zone and you go far enough, the game freezes in its state. So, like, let's say I do burn them, and I have 500 zombies on fire, and they're all, like, dead or whatever, but they're still smoldering. And there's some that are left that are like wandering around. Those zombies, unless it's raining, are just going to like wander into buildings and things like that, patrol around the neighborhood and like set buildings on fire. And there's virtually no way to put out mass scale forest fires in Zomboid. Like, you just can't. Right? You're not like 100-person forest fire crew. You're like one dude with maybe a fire extinguisher at best. And because I intend to live in Brandenburg, fire is not an option. Fire is too uncontrollable to ever consider using it anywhere you want to call home. So if I was in another city and I didn't really care about that city burning down, sure, why not? But this is my home. I was chartered to build a shelter here, so burning my own shelter to the ground kind of defeats the purpose of the whole series. No, all it needs is a train. Like Snowpiercer style. Alright, let's go ahead and ditch this horde. I probably didn't drag them away far enough. But there might be a way for me to like sneak back to the neighborhood tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but in a few days, and clear out around the area. But that was easily like an order of magnitude or 2 more zombies than I was expecting to find. I was expecting to find maybe like 100, but I think realistically that might have been closer to 1,000. Without exaggeration. Like, I saw easily a few hundred, but that might have been just the tip of the iceberg. Is this my turn? Yeah, this is my turn. At least I get to sleep at home tonight. I don't have to make sure to bring all the frozen provisions out. Is So here's my Chevy Dart, meaning I need to take a right. So say goodbye to the streetlights. I bet I lose streetlights tomorrow. Let's see what the radio has to say. Seriously, the radio didn't say anything about power loss? How can that be possible? They're just like not keeping me in the know. Well, I do have that new radio, so what do we want to leave in here? Just the gas can? Yeah. I have checked the cars outside the community center and marked down the ones I had keys to. I have keys to 2 of them. None of them are gassed. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Brandenburg Shelter, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow zombie survivors.